Welcome back. You're watching News Centre. Prime Minister Narendra Modi's pitch for the Uniform Civil Code at an event in Madhya Pradesh triggered a political debate. The UCC, which proposes a common set of personal laws for all Indian citizens, equally has been one of BJP's long-standing demands, apart from the Ram Temple and the abrogation of Article 370 in Kashmir. And with both these issues now resolved, the UCC could emerge as a key poll plank for the BJP ahead of 2024 elections. Article 44, which comes under the Directive Principles of State Policy, reads that the state shall endeavour to secure for all citizens a uniform civil code. However, directive principles of state policy are only guidelines and not mandatory. The Law Commission had earlier invited responses on the issue from individuals and religious organisations. The Parliament Standing Committee on Law has summoned the Commission on the 3rd of July to further deliberate on the matter. Nearly 8.5 lakh responses have come in so far. Flavia Agnes, lawyer and women's rights activist, joins us now. Ms. Agnes, I'd like to begin by asking you, the Law Commission is once again beginning this exercise. It had gone on till the end of 2018 as well. What do you think must be kept in mind before we embark on such an exercise? In fact, we're getting reports that a draft of the Uniform Civil Code could be brought in this upcoming session of Parliament.
Well, they have not made the draft public. They have asked for responses without giving a draft. So what do you respond to? You have absolutely no idea. As minorities, most minorities are very concerned whether it is a scheme, a ploy to enforce a Hindu law upon the minorities, and whether a step towards creating a Hindu Rashtra. One nation, one law is the slogan. So what law will it be and how it will treat minorities? That seems to be the most important concern today for the minorities.
Ms. Agnes, how difficult do you think would be to pass this through Parliament, get this through legal scrutiny as well?
I think they already have a draft ready. They have not made it public. And in the Parliament, they have the numbers, both in the upper house and lower house. So I don't think it will be, there will be a lot of discontent. There will be a lot of opposition. But I don't think as the situation today, it will be difficult to pass. Whether it will receive judicial, in the judicial scrutiny, what will happen is difficult to understand, because Supreme Court has always been pro-UCC. And there are many judgments which said that there should be a UCC while the government is not acting. So now, having said that, they will definitely endorse it. So it is the government which is pro, and it is the Supreme Court that is pro. So what remains is the minorities, individual people. Now, the Law Commission has put out a statement that they have received 8.5 lakh responses. Now, who are these people who are responding? How these responses have come? Is it a BJP think tank that is steering these responses, sending out a draft to say, answer this, etc.? Or whether it is really the people coming forward and giving their own opinion? That is very difficult to judge at this stage.
Right. My final question to you, ma'am, would be, what would be your recommendation, in a way, to the government on what would be the best way forward on this? You're saying you've not seen the draft. You don't have any idea of who these 8.5 lakh people are or entities are. What would be your recommendation to the government?
The 21st Law Commission in 2018 brought out a 185-page report titled Reform Within Family Laws. I'm fully in support of that, because that's recommended that we don't need a uniform civil code at this moment. It's not necessary. It is not important at this point, etc. And they suggested a lot of changes to weed out gender discrimination and to make the law gender equal. They said one law is not what we want. What we want is gender justice. To take out the gender discrimination, they looked at all the laws and they pointed out very pointedly, they brought out things that For instance, Hindu HUF should go. Property rights of all community women should be made equal to the male counterpart. So without disturbing the balance, they showed a way of reforming the personal law and making them gender just, because that seems to be the concern, that women do not get justice. Even in the Prime Minister's speech, he was only targeting Muslim law. And he said that Muslims don't have rights, etc., etc. According to me, even the Hindu law doesn't give women rights. There are so many areas that are discriminatory against women, and all of them should be addressed, and all of them should be weeded out. So this can happen without a UCC, because UCC unnecessarily rakes up issues which are very controversial, which are very threatening to the minorities, and it is absolutely not necessary at this stage. Another concern is that elections are around the corner, and why is the Prime Minister today making this call for UCC? Why is the Law Commission asking for responses after the 21st Law Commission, which was in 2018, and the government did nothing to implement it? Not one of the recommendations were implemented at all. And within 3 years, 4 years, they have said, now again we want to, because that is outdated, now again we want responses. What drives this? Why is it happening? Is it only an electoral
Ms. Agnes, we've run out of time. All right. We've run out of time, but thank you so much for joining us with your views on the subject of the Uniform Civil Code. Let's see what happens in the monsoon session of Parliament. The Parliamentary Committee on Law and Justice is also going to be taking up this matter. With that, it's a wrap on this edition of News Centre. More updates when we are back.